The biggest Nike release of this year is actually happening. Adidas is now defending Yeezy, and Nike's selling Jordans for 50% off. As we've got a ton to get into, so let's run through a quick release recap, starting with the J Balvin Jordan 3s. They were actually way more limited than I initially thought. The Albino and Preto Nike SB Dunks released in a few different regions, including the US. However, the Nike Sneakers app release for the EU and the UK has been delayed all the way till November the 1st. If there was anything else that you managed to grab, let me know down in the comment section, but let's get into this upcoming stuff. And we're going to kick it off with the massive news that the Born and Raised Nike SB Dunk Low is actually dropping on September the 28th. So yeah, after months of hearing different rumors that they were going to be completely cancelled, never to release, and some said that they were going to be pushed back, well, they are finally dropping. This release, as of right now, is exclusively taking place on the Born and Raised website. Apparently, out in the US, all skate shop releases have been cancelled. As of right now, we don't know anything about a Nike sneakers release. It's definitely a possibility, so just stay tuned to the channel and I'll keep you guys up to date on any different developments. I also did a full video review on this pair of shoes, so if you want to check that out, I'll put it up in the corner of the screen. You can hear the story why these things got pushed back, and one of the main issues that I touch on in that video is the fact that it looks like there's a lot of pairs of these Born and Raised Dunks that have been backdoored. This person seems to have like almost 100 pairs at least. There is so many. Nobody really knows how bad this is going to affect the release as of right now. Is it going to turn out that like most of the stock has been backdoored, and when it comes to the actual release, there's literally hardly any pairs? Right now, we've seen quite a few different images of a bunch of different resellers who have a ton of pairs, and obviously the resale price on these things is up to $1,000, so it's not looking great. MSCHF and Reebok are going to be dropping their bizarre collaboration on September the 27th for the Pump Omni Zone XI. MSCHF never ceases to amaze us when it comes to their creative sneaker design. And even though this pair is definitely not going to garner as much attention as like the big red boots, it's still very, very crazy in its own right. As you can see, it's basically taking the Reebok pump idea and just turning it up to 11. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work functionally, like whether there are multiple different air pockets in there that you can pump up, or whether it's just there for show. Either way, there's going to be two different colorways, this white and blue and orange pair, and then this one down here, a little bit more of that yellow tanned vibe. So earlier this week, there was a big rumor floating around the internet that Sachs and Nike was going to be dropping the Mars Yard 3.0. Now, this is a pretty big deal because, as we know, according to Nike, they put the whole collaboration on hold because of the Sachs controversy. I'm not going to go too deep into the Sachs controversy. If you want to know more about it, just Google it. It's pretty big news. So when this story was published saying that the Mars Yard 3.0 was in the pipeline for holiday 2023, it got a lot of people thinking, okay, well, it seems like Nike is just ready to keep it moving. And not only the Mars Yard 3.0, but we also got official images of this pair right here, which is another colorway of the general purpose shoe. This is kind of one that I think we've seen leaked and rumored a while back. Turns out that it's not actually happening. Nike immediately put a stop to all of these rumors by saying that they are still not working with Sachs at this time. This was confirmed by Nike themselves, who gave a statement to Complex basically saying, we are not working with Tom Studio at this time and have no release dates planned. Yeah, if you saw any of these rumors, as of right now, Nike has no plans to release a Mars Yard 3.0 or any more colorways of the general purpose shoe. It's pretty much safe to say that that whole collaboration is axed as of right now. Right, so we've seen quite a few different Off-White and Nike collaborations recently, and it's all been of different colorways on the Off-White Air Force 1 Mid. Well, now we just got our first looks at the most limited colorway ever made. Take a look at this one here. This is called the Grim Reaper colorway, and you can see why this one is most probably the most limited, because it's pretty crazy. It's basically all over white and black with some neon green accents like the laces and that little tag over there, but it has this Grim Reaper print all over the leather upper. Apparently, Virgil Abloh only made 2 pairs of this Grim Reaper colorway, so yeah, it's extremely exclusive and it's not going to have an actual release. We've had quite a few different colorways and versions of the Off-White Air Force 1 Mid. I'm really wondering how many more they have left, and are they going to drop any other models? Either way, let me know what you think of this colorway, and if it did have an actual release, would you buy these? Alright, we just got some first looks at a brand new colorway of the Jordan 1 Low. This one right over here is the Year of the Dragon. This is obviously a special pair of Jordan 1 Lows celebrating Chinese New Year, so what we can take from that is that we could imagine this pair of shoes is going to drop kind of beginning of 2024. The upper is pretty interesting with this almost scaly looking green leather overlay. It's got a very dark maroon Nike swoosh tongue tag, and even somewhat the Nike laces. Even a Jumpman logo on the inner tongue with the Chinese New Year dragon wrapped around, which looks pretty sick. These are the first looks as of right now. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of this pair of shoes in the next coming month. We've actually got some release dates for the upcoming Ambush Nike Air More Uptempo Low collection. So we've just had the all over kind of tan and yellow colorway. Well, there's two more that we can expect. First one is this all over black and white pair. These have loaded up to the Nike sneakers app, at least for you guys out in the US, and they're going to be dropping on October the 6th. So on October the 6th is this pair over here, probably my least favorite colorway out of the bunch. It's this lilac and green pair, which is definitely more out there in terms of the different colorways that we're getting. Yeah, if you were after them, now you know the release date. Let's talk about some 2024 releases, starting with what I think takes the cake for one of the worst leaked images that I've ever seen. We've got a rumored Welcome Skate Nike SB Dunk Low for 2024. You want to see the image? I don't know whether they're using a Samsung Galaxy with a 200 times zoom or whatever the hell it has, and they're standing like 2 miles back and they've digitally zoomed in. Either way, what it looks like is the top of a tongue tag, and you can see Nike SB with welcome at the bottom. This is the only image that we have, but I thought it was worth mentioning. But yeah, as soon as we get any more updates and better photos, I will let you know. We also have the entire Air Jordan release date calendar for summer 2024. So again, like we always do, I'm gonna speed run through this list so you guys can get an idea of what's upcoming. All of these pairs should be dropping sometime summer 2024. So the Air Jordan 1 High OG Green Glow, this pair right here, just a rendered mock-up of what it could look like. But the Air Jordan 11 Low Midnight Navy, Air Jordan 4 Vivid Sulfur. We've seen a few different rendered images of this pair. This one I think is probably the best one that we've seen. Some other rendered images are looking pretty questionable, so I'm just gonna cross my fingers it looks more like this. We've got the Air Jordan 5 Special Edition Sail colorway, Air Jordan 3 Retro Green Glow. I imagine all of these Green Glow releases are going to be similar to the Jordan 4 Green Glow. So imagine the same colors as the Green Glow 4s, just on a pair of 3s and a pair of 1s that we just spoke about. For the Air Jordan 4 Hyper Violet, this is probably what it's going to look like. Air Jordan 3 Retro Georgia Peach, this is a woman's colorway, definitely not bad. And of course, one of the biggest releases for next year, the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue, coming back pretty much identical to the original. So yeah, a lot of people are excited for this one. Air Jordan 12 Red Taxi, Air Jordan 1 OG White Team Red. This one's pretty solid, not bad. Air Jordan 1 High Latte. Now this rendered image is definitely not what it's going to look like, at least according to Z Sneakerheads. Sneakerheads already did a mock-up. We spoke about this last week. This is what the Air Jordan 1 Latte is supposed to look like, pretty much the same as the Mochas, just with a slightly lighter shade of brown. The Air Jordan 5 Retro Low Hurricanes, this is another GS pair. The Jordan 1 Low OG Neutral Gray. This one basically taking the metallic silver one that we got on the high, like the Co.JP version. Air Jordan 6 Reverse Oreo. This one's pretty simple, just white and black. Jordan 1 Low Black Gorge Green, another woman's colorway. Jordan 11 Low Legend Pink. Air Jordan 13 Retro Dune Red. Then we got the Hornets colorway of the Airship PE. This is another woman's colorway. We got the White Obsidian pair of Jordan 1 Highs. This one's pretty solid. The pair of Jordan 1 Highs. This one's the Metallic Silver Photon Dust. Another woman's colorway. Another pair of Jordan 2 Lows, the Summit White Diffused Blue colorway. Definitely not bad, just some light blue accents. And then, of course, the second colorway of the J Balvin Air Jordan 3. This one's the Solar Flare. Pretty much the same as the J Balvin collaboration that we just saw. However, this one's all over black with the same kind of color on the back. Air Jordan 3 Bi-Coastal colorway. This is a very rough render. 17s in the Lightning colorway. A pair of 38s in the Metallic Gold Black. We don't know what that one looks like. Another pair of 38s. Crimson Tint colorway. Yeah, as of right now, that is the summer 2024 lineup from Jordan Brand. Let me know what you think of what the upcoming 2024 releases are. Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Sticking with summer 2024, take a look at this right here. The Nike SB Dunk Low Red Suede is supposed to be dropping around that time, but I believe this is an altered or edited image based on the core purple SBs that we just saw. Pretty much the exact same color blocking, just now instead of purple, it's all over red. Right, StockX is making a couple couple minor tweaks to their website. Now, I believe this is just launched for you guys out in the US, but they are offering express shipping, which basically makes it a 3-day service. So kind of like the same feature as GOAT Instant Ship when you buy a pair of shoes through there and they basically have them on site, that pair of shoes that you want to buy, so they can ship them out like that. This feature of express ship is only available on certain sneakers, the ones that obviously StockX has at their facility that they can ship out instantly. Listen, Nike has taken the Air Force One and released so many random versions of it. Done a lot of questionable ones too. But this one's a banger. Take a look at this one. It's called the Molten Metal Air Force One Low, and I actually think this is sick. I don't know whether Nike got this idea from some kind of customizer out there. It definitely wouldn't surprise me. This is actually a nice, subtle way to change things up and just look a little bit more premium. Hopefully, this is actually nice feeling metal, and it's not going to get like rusted or scratched up super easily. These are the official images, so these could drop very, very soon. Again, we don't have a set release date, so as soon as we get any more updates, I'll let you know. But I don't know if you guys remember this leak and rumor of the Air Jordan 2/3 kind of fusion sneaker that we saw earlier this year or even last year. And this is actually set to debut in 2024. So here's the black colorway. It's literally an Air Jordan 3 outsole with a Jordan 2 upper. And as you can see, this is the Chicago or the red and white pair. It actually looks a lot more cohesive than you would think. It's like you kind of have to double take to really realize that this isn't just a regular pair of Air Jordan 2s, and it does have an Air Jordan 3 midsole. I would love to know from you guys down in the comment section, does having an Air Jordan 3 midsole change your mind on the Jordan 2? Speaking of crazy Jordan mashups, the Jordan spizike is going to be returning in the low top form in 2024. I've actually got the first images of the first colorways that are going to drop. So it starts off with this pair right here, an all over sail colorway. This one's going to be dropping April 2024. And we've got this white, maroon, and very dark gray elephant print. This one's going to be dropping in May 2024, and then this kind of almost Georgetown colors is going to be dropping in June 2024. I'd love to hear what you guys think of this down in the comment section. All right, let's get into this very interesting Yeezy news. It's not massive in terms of new developments for sneakers or anything like that, but Adidas's CEO Bjorn Gulden spoke on Kanye West and the Adidas split, and what he had to say was very interesting.
Well, this is before my time. I think Kanye West is one of the most creative people in the world, and you know, both in music and what I will call street culture. So he's extremely creative and has, together with Adi, you know, created a Yeezy line, which was very successful. And then as creative people, you know, he did some statements which wasn't that good, and that caused Adi to break the contract and withdraw the product. Very unfortunate, because I don't think he meant what he said, and I don't think he's a bad person. It just came across that way. And that meant we lost that business. You know, one of the most successful collabs in history. Very sad.
This isn't actually the first time that Bjorn Gulden has said positive things about just the collaboration and Kanye West himself. You can kind of see him peppering different things like that when it comes to a lot of the statements that he's made on Adidas's behalf. So maybe Bjorn Gulden had a lot to do with the fact that we are now getting Yeezy releases. Like we had, I think, 2 or 3 drops now since the whole collaboration has ended. Bjorn Gulden has said that they don't have any plans to reuse these Yeezy designs and actually start producing more pairs. Adidas's plan as of right now, according to what they've said and Bjorn Gulden has said, is basically to sell out all of the existing Yeezy inventory that they have, and then the collaboration is over. They're not going to produce any more pairs, and they're going to call it a day. But yeah, I would obviously love to know your thoughts on this down in the comment section, and it really opens the doors. I would love to know if you guys think that a Yeezy and Adidas collaboration could actually happen again, like it had before, where Kanye West is actively creating new designs for Adidas. Right, as we know, this upcoming December, we're getting 3 Powerpuff Girl Nike SB collaboration dunks, but we now have some on-foot shots, which I did want to show you guys. So this one right over here is the Bubbles colorway, the obviously all over blue and yellow pair. Here we've got the Blossom colorway, all over pink, probably the loudest out of all of them. And then finally, we've got the Buttercup colorway, probably one of the best. Drop your thoughts down in the comment section, and a release reminder, all 3 pairs are going to be dropping December the 14th. Stone Island just revealed their next New Balance collaboration. This time it's not on an insanely hyper running shoe, it's on the 990 V2, and this one's actually going to be dropping in October. Very, very dark. It looks like it's going to have some olive green hues in there, but predominantly almost black and gray. And yeah, it's not looking bad, and I guarantee that these things are going to fly, sell out pretty much instantly. For an exact date, these should be dropping on newbalance.com on October the 18th. Adidas also just unveiled their Anthony Edwards collaboration, the first signature shoe. Take a look at this. We've got a bunch of different colorways, an all over orange one, a somewhat salmon or pinkish colorway, and then a white and black pair. So yes, these have officially been unveiled in all of these colorways, however, won't see a full retail release until this December. They're going to retail for a pretty reasonable $120, so that's not bad, and I actually think that it's a pretty cool looking pair of shoes. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Is this a pair that you would like to try out? All right, final story for today. This one's pretty crazy and could be something that ends up being very, very useful in the future. So take a look at the headline here. Nike just started selling used sneakers online. This one was very random, kind of out of the blue, but Nike launched a brand new website called Refurbished.com. So these are secondhand or B-grade sneakers or some kind of shoes with defects, and you can get them for a steal. So a lot of these screen grabs, I imagine, are already sold out because I can't find them on the website, but you've got like Jordan 1 UNC toes for $108, down from $180. The UNC Jordan 5s for $112. Over here, you got the Craft 5s for $105. You've got the freaking reimagined white cement 3s for $105 as well. This is really, really cool that they've done this, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see how they utilize this with different kind of hyped releases. Essentially, this is going to act like some kind of thrift store for Nike shoes. So anything that gets returned to Nike from different people, you know how like they have in store, sometimes you can go to a Nike outlet and find some crazy steals, somebody who's returned a pair of Dunks, or sometimes they just have like some hyped up collaborations that didn't fully sell out, like the DJ Khaled's have been found at outlets as well. But as of right now, this is US only. As you can see, all of these prices are displayed in US dollars. Let me know what you guys think of the Refurbished program from Nike, and if you'll try and find some heat online. But there you have it, guys. That is all the stories I have for you this week. We do this every single Sunday, so if you want to stay in the loop, make sure you hit that subscribe. And also, if you want to save some money on Yeezys, well, click that video to find out the top 10 best pairs under retail.